Hey guys, Alkali Layke here, and I'd like to talk about something that's really important to me, which is streamer mental health and anxiety. I'm recording this on World Mental Health Day, and I think it's important that messages like this get out there. Before I continue with the video, I want you to know that I have struggled too. I know I often will seem happy or positive on stream, and that's something I've worked really hard to do. If I can do it, you can do it. I've been someone who struggled from frequent panic attacks in the past, and I have had to take antidepressant medication before. I'm happy to report that it's about 10 years since I've had to take any medication for my anxiety, and I've done this through several different techniques to get myself in a better place. I work out more, I eat really well, I try to drink more water. But the point is, all of this stuff can be attainable. Finding a happy place with yourself and your stream and your mental health is reachable. And if I can share anything I've done to help you, that's what this is for. And I hope it helps. If you know somebody that needs this, tag them, share it. Let's get the word out there about mental health and especially in streaming. There's a lot of anxiety that comes with streaming. And yeah, it can suck. It can really suck. But I'm going to try to help you. First, let's talk about the pre-stream process. Kind of a raise your hand if you ever get anxiety before streaming, which is probably where I struggle the most, especially since I play a game that is ranked and is competitive. I often will, look at my rank at the day and be like, nobody wants to watch this. Nobody wants to watch me fail again. But that's silly. I need to remind myself before stream that my community is there for me. And your community is there for you too. That's something that's hard for people to wrap their head around, is that you're good enough. Yes, you, the streamer, you are why they're there. Sure, some people might be there for the gaming content, but I think most people are there for you and what you bring to the stream. One thing that I like to do if I feel any sort of anxiety about streaming at all is actually just communicate that. Just be open, just let the conversation flow. It helps so much. Sometimes I'll mention in my Discord, especially a private group that I have of close people, and I'll say, I don't really feel it today, or I'm feeling a little down, or something like that, or I'll just kind of like air out my grievances there. And it's amazing how many people will respond with, well, you always make my day happy. I tune into your streams because it's rewarding for me to see you. And that almost takes like the stress off of the game for me, is just knowing that, maybe I have a little bit of anxiety, but I'm going to make somebody else's day better. So consider reaching out to your community and just airing it out. Just say it. You'll be amazed at how many people will give you some sort of response that just makes you want to stream. And you know what? On the other side of that, maybe you just don't need to that day. And maybe you get enough people that say, you know what? You've been working really hard. You've been busting it. Take a break. Go ahead and take a you day. And maybe you just need to hear that. Also, in my pre-stream routine, I'll make sure that I have everything I need at my desk. And we'll talk about one of them more here in a second, but I make sure I have my water or my coffee, things that I use during stream to calm myself if I feel a little anxious. I make sure the room temperature's good. I make sure everything I have is within reach as much as possible. Like, my streams definitely heard me say more than a few times, I need to get something I forgot downstairs. If I'm better at preparing ahead of time, pre-stream, that lessens my anxiety significantly. Okay, big one, during stream. What do I do during stream? Which is the worst, by the way. What I do during stream to calm myself down if I feel a little bit anxious. I have a few techniques. Many of you will see that I often will have a pillow. I usually use my Star Wars one, but I brought this Pokemon one today because it has more like tactile stuff on it. I like to have something I can go to have in my hands. sometimes if we get nervous, we just need something in our hands, and you don't want something like a pencil that you're gonna tap, or something that people are gonna see that you're fidgeting with. If it's something soft, they don't really see that type of fidget movement. It gets absorbed by like the pillow or whatever's soft. I like when there's texture differences, so that when I'm like touching this, I feel something else kind of distracts me, takes my mind off something else. So yeah, soft squishy thing. Another thing I use is ice cold water. If I feel myself getting anxious in a situation because maybe I've been triggered in the game, maybe there's a chat troll, which that's a whole nother video, you guys. I could make a whole video about how to handle trolls in chat, and we'll get there at some point. But let's just say something's triggering in chat or during the game. Usually if I feel anxiety come on, I feel like my heart beating a little bit faster. Maybe I get a little bit warmer. And that's where I feel like taking a drink of ice cold water helps a ton, because the shock of cold, I don't know any of the science behind it, but it just makes me feel better. Maybe it's because I feel myself getting a little hot, and the cold brings the temperature back down. I don't know, but it works. Another thing I've done before is put my hand on the cold cup for a little bit. And then I'll put my hand kind of behind my neck, and that cold on the back of the neck, that is a science thing. I know it. I should look it up. You should look it up too. Cold on the back of your neck really, really helps. So now we're up to a pillow, cold thing. I like things around me that make me happy. So if I'm frustrated in the game, like I have these really cute pop figures, the little bobbleheads. They're adorable. They make me happy. Maybe a picture of your family. You know, maybe you have a pet that you could have around you. That makes me super happy. I also enjoy words of affirmation. A really good one is "you are enough." Like I said, especially if you have struggles with like playing a game, and it can just be a post-it note on your monitor. You know, you don't need some fancy quote sign on your wall. Like just a handwritten note, your own handwriting, even just telling me you are enough. I love that one, and just put it somewhere where you can read it. I think that's a big deal. It makes me feel a lot better. Okay, post stream. What do I do after stream to bring the anxiety down? Well, first thing I always do is I stretch. I stretch after every single stream without fail. And I think it's subconscious at this point, because the release of like the lactic acid from sitting for so long feels so good. I usually start with stretching my arms. I'll definitely get my neck in there, just release that pressure. Sitting for so long isn't good for us, which is why I have a sit-stand desk. I can, raise it up and down so I have time to, stretch out my legs. Definitely get your body moving after a stream. Get that blood flow going. After stream, something I often forget to do but is really helpful is to thank my community. It's a big deal, especially if you think you could have even failed on your stream or it wasn't as good of a stream. If you take the time to say, hey, thanks for hanging out today, which again, I don't do enough, but if you do it, and maybe if it's just in your Discord, it doesn't have to be a Twitter post even, but just say, thank you so much for supporting my stream. You all mean so much to me. Putting positive out there gets positive back. You'll probably see good comments, and reading good comments feels good. So post-stream, that's a great thing to do. Also, if we're talking stuff not related to during the stream, make sure to keep your body happy. Make sure to keep yourself physically active. If you're not somebody who likes to go to the gym, that's fine. It's totally fine, but get outside. Wait, did I just tell gamers to leave their house? I did, right? Yes, it helps you guys. I know outside sounds kind of scary, maybe even for some people with anxiety, but get out there, breathe in the fresh air, go on a walk, take your dog for a walk if you have a dog. Even park further away from the grocery store. That's something I'll do, and I'll just get those extra steps. I feel like I'm accomplishing something when I do that. And also, probably the biggest thing I've done is treat my body better as far as what I put in it. I think one of the things that really helped me get past a lot of my anxiety that I had in the past when I was having panic attacks and such was to just start eating better. Your body really responds to nutrition, and for the most part, I eat really well. And I've noticed the changes in my body because of it. And of course, along with that, drink more water. I'm definitely guilty about not having enough water, and water's huge. I think I'll look this up. I'm pretty sure one of the number one reasons for headaches is not drinking enough water. So up your water intake. That's another tip for reducing anxiety. One more thing that I've been trying to do lately is not have the last thing I do before falling asleep be checking social media. I'm guilty of that too many times. I've tried reading lately, and that's really good. So don't check your social media before bed. Don't let that be the last thing that you do is look at that screen. Maybe read a book. Maybe say goodnight to your animals if you have them. Maybe do like a little stretch routine before you get in bed. Anything to just clear the mind. That's not the socials. I promise you. It will help. If you have any other questions that I haven't covered, I'm kind of doing this on the fly because it's World Mental Health Day, and I feel like this message needs to get out there. I'm probably missing something, but if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I will be very active in responding to the comments on this video in particular. Again, share this with friends if you think you have a streamer friend that needs to hear this. Yeah, I can be there for you. I've been through it. I've been down that ugly anxiety, bad mental health road, and I know the signs and the symptoms and how awful it feels. So if you want to reach out, if you need somebody to talk to about it, I'll do the best I can. Of course, if it's really bad, you should consider seeing a medical professional. They can do more than I can do for you. I can just make these videos. I can respond to your comments. But if things get bad, definitely seek out a professional to help you. Thanks for watching. I'll try to make more of these. I enjoy and love you all. Thank you for supporting me and my contents. I hope you have a good day.